Welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show. We're back in England, baby. So you know the story. We were sacked a year ago from being on the radio together. So what did we do? We flew off to Majorca with no money. We got a little bit tiddly on pale rosé, limoncello, and then we decided to do this podcast.
We are now sponsored by East Midlands Airport, Ye Olde Bell Hotel and Spa, and Redbrik Estate Agents. And yeah, we're back. We're literally like, people are still going to be there at the hotel enjoying that breakfast, lying by the pool, and we're here.
We've got the holiday blues, guys. I know. Back in Blighty. We are a little bit like, meh, today. You know what it's like when you get back from a holiday? It's that kind of like, just that, you're on a downer. Literally, you're on a downer.
There's a saying, isn't there? Is it, don't be sad it's over, be happy
it happened.
Something like that.
That's like a quote that people have in their houses, isn't it? Love, laugh, live. No, live, laugh, love. I don't know.
One of them. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to be back.
Well done, mate. At least you're making the effort there to make it sound like we're having a great time. Also, we've had takeaway coffees this morning, which we haven't done for months.
Yeah, but I think we need it this morning.
We're both a bit tired, aren't we?
We're a bit tired. We've got like stuff to do, and we just thought, do you know what? Let's go and get a little bit of a
Let's treat
coffee.
ourselves, yeah.
Yeah, as if we need treating anymore.
As if we haven't had enough of a treat from TUI. We still needed a treat this morning. So we need to debrief Majorca. I think that's what we need to do this morning.
Okay, right. So
where should we start?
Okay, we'll start. Well, we've done a pod whilst we were there, so we've kind of talked about how we got there and what we were doing. Well, actually, no, we haven't really talked about what we did. We worked.
We did, guys. I know it might have looked like we were having a fun old time, and we did, but we were grafting behind the scenes as well.
I've never been on my phone. I mean, at one point I just put it down. I thought, I can't.
Well, you said that. Do you know what? It was the night that, in fact, have we said this yet about going to... I don't know if we have.
Okay,
we haven't. Let's start there.
Rewind. Right. So, if you followed our journey since we went to Majorca, you will know that when we went to Majorca last year, the running theme was we didn't wash.
We were feral. This is kind of where feral began, because we both had tan on. We didn't want to be pale, so we were just disgusting. We didn't wash. We didn't even really get ready to go for nights out, did we? We didn't wear makeup.
We did nothing, Becky.
Yeah. So this time we were like, not again.
We can't do it again.
We've got to actually, number one, wash, which, guys, we did. We washed.
We were shower. A shower.
We were so clean this time, weren't we?
So super clean.
You even washed your hair.
I washed my hair. Yeah.
And we thought we have to get dressed up, and also we have to make it to Palma, because last year we stayed very near Palma. We could see it, couldn't we?
We could see, you say very near, but as I was looking at it in the distance, I thought, it's a good half hour away, that. I thought, what's going to be €50 in a taxi, that?
Can't do that.
So last time we were like, absolutely not. Anyway, we were like, we've got to go. Even if it's just for like an hour and a half, we have got to go. So I had a little wobble about an hour before. I was like, shall we? And you're like, no, come on, let's go. So we got dressed.
Do you know what though? We figured out what our wobble's about, guys. Because why do we not want to go to Palma?
Well, why?
What is it? Well, we do know. It's the taxi.
It's the taxi, isn't it?
We think we've got a phobia of taxis, don't we? Because we never, ever get taxis. We'll always get a lift, or one of us will drive or something, or we'll walk. We never get taxis. I actually think we have got a fear of them.
Do you think?
I do.
It's just you can't like leave by yourself. You have to rely on a taxi.
It's the effort.
Yeah, it's the effort.
It's the effort. But we got a taxi.
We got a taxi and we got in it and we're like, oh, how much? And it's like, €22. And I was like, well, that seems quite cheap. We're like, how long will it take? He was like, 15 minutes. And I went, what? And it's like, 15 minutes? Mate, it took us 12 minutes to get there. 12 minutes. And we were in Palma by that cathedral, which, by the way...
Stunning.
Oh, my God. How have we not been there before?
But can we just say as well, because this is funny. So, guys, we did get dressed up, like properly dressed up. Heels. We wore heels, guys. We had makeup on. We did our hair.
We did.
And we made it to Palma. So that was a real kind of achievement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But what we did, we poodled around the cathedral. We took some some footage, got some content for Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And then we literally walked to the first restaurant we came across and we sat down and we ordered 2 pale rosés.
Do you know what? We were like, what's the point in walking around and trying to find, what are we looking for? We're looking for a place that does pale rosé.
Yeah, and we've got all we need
in the bar.
right here.
Yeah. And actually it was on the corner by the cathedral. I mean, they've got a great spot, that restaurant. So we thought, Oh,
We're
why
gonna
not just
go
sit here? So we sat. We didn't even go 100 yards, did we?
didn't.
From where that taxi dropped
And after the restaurant, we didn't go anywhere else. We just got back into a taxi.
Oh, no, hang on. We did get some little ice cream. We did go and sit on some steps.
But yeah, at the cathedral where we were before, we
that's
didn't go see
true.
anything new.
Well,
we didn't
that
go
is true.
further into Parma.
No, we
literally
didn't.
we went to the cusp of Parma and then we had drinks and then we
We
left.
went to the epicenter.
We didn't though, mate.
We went to the nucleus.
Is
that not the centre?
No, mate, we went to the cusp. So we were literally
Cusp.
on the edge of Parma.
On the
we
cusp
dipped a toe in. We dipped a toe into Parma.
God. Yeah, but that's good. That's progress. Next year,
Epicenter. We'll go to the epicenter
the
of Parma.
nucleus will penetrate the cell wall.
Honestly, it killed me that we just sat at the first restaurant we saw, but we had a lovely time.
That was one of my favourite moments when we went and sat on those little steps quite late at night. Well, it's late for us. Actually, people weren't even out yet, but it was probably 9? No, it wasn't. It was 11?
About 11, half 11.
Yeah, I thought this is just lovely. A little scoop of ice cream each, didn't we? And that was
Yeah.
just lovely. So, guys, we made it to Parma.
Woohoo!
Progress.
Yes.
And then the next day we did lots more bits and bobs, filming. We filmed everything. You can imagine us. We filmed everything. And then TUI very kindly gave us bed and breakfast in this hotel. Beautiful hotel. The breakfast.
Is there anything better than a buffet breakfast?
No,
I don't think
there's
there
not.
is.
Especially when there's people making pancakes and omelettes.
Omelets. I always go for an omelette at a buffet.
Every juice you could want, every fruit you could want, every yogurt you could want. There's chia seeds. There's pizza, guys.
What
Pizza for
about,
breakfast.
can we talk about the lovely spinach smoothie that
Green
we had
smoothies.
every morning?
Loads of smoothies, milkshakes. It's just divine,
And
isn't
obviously,
it?
and obviously we took things from the buffet to have later
We
on
did.
as well.
Yeah, popped them in our
A few
bag.
pastries.
Anyway, so that night we're like, well, we've been to Parma. We can't go out for a second night in a trot.
We have to
Absolutely
stay in.
not. So we thought, do you know what? Let's see if we can get dinner at the hotel. Now, we had recorded our podcast earlier that day, made a
the
right effort,
balcony.
didn't we, with the banner and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So in our relationship, Becky and I would say, well, definitely Becky's more the one that's like, I'll go and ask, I'll go and do that. And I'm like, yeah, go on, love. I'm like your cheerleader because I'm not very good at doing that.
Well, some may call me a blagger.
A bit cheeky.
A bit cheeky and
Yeah.
a blagger. I just always think if you don't ask, you don't get.
That's very
And
true.
I'm always very polite.
Yeah.
And if they say no, fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair. Right. So we were walking back. Where were we walking back from?
The pool.
Yes. So we were walking back from the pool. And then I had to go and film this TikTok again. So I was in a bit of a stress. I was like, I've got to go and do this. And you're like, okay, well, you go and do that. I'll go and speak to reception and see if I can get us dinner in the hotel.
But you were saying to me before, you were like, so what are you going to do?
What are you gonna-
are you going to
what are you
like
gonna
just
say?
ask at reception? Are you going to ask for a manager? Like, what are you going to say? I was like, I'll just see what happens.
Yeah. So I walk off. As I'm walking off, Becky walks to reception. And before the lift door closes for me to go up to floor 6, the top floor, I hear Becky go, hiya, is the manager available? And that's all I heard. The door's shut.
door's
It's like a
closed.
cliffhanger. But I never had a doubt in my mind that you would come back other than saying, I've sorted
You've
it.
seen me in action
Yeah, I've
before,
seen it.
haven't
It's
you?
actually a skill. It's your superpower. It's so impressive. So off I go. I'm like getting changed, blah, blah, blah. But 10 minutes later, a little knock on the door. I open the door and Becky stood there and she went, said no. No tea.
Gutted.
And I literally was like,
Well, you didn't believe me. You
no, I
went,
literally just looked at her and I was
no.
like, that's not what? The universe just went in a different direction for me. I was like,
this is not
hell?
what you do. You don't fail at these
I
sort of
actually
things.
just thought, you're not my friend anymore. Who are you? I didn't recognise you. I thought, no. And you did that thing they do on the X Factor. You know, when they're like, you're going to have to go home and pack a case because you're through. That's what you did to me.
Mate, I couldn't just come up and be like, yeah, we've got a free dinner. I wanted to like draw it out a little bit. So I played a little prank on Laura. But guys, I'd got us free dinner.
Do your little impression of the manager because I love it when you were like recalling the story.
So he was called Tony, a lovely, lovely guy. So at reception, I said, oh, is there a manager here? And straight away she's like, yes, he's called Tony. I'll get him out. Out Tony came. Very smart, smelt lovely as well. And he was very calm, very calm.
Oh, lovely.
Calm but in control,
Calm
I would
tone.
say.
Calm tone.
Calm tone. And he said, hello, how can I help you? And I said, hello, Tony. I'm
Just imagine you.
a guest at your delightful hotel. I said, me and my friend, we've been sent here by TUI, I said, to do a podcast that we do in the UK. And I said, and we've done it from one of your balconies today. I said, we can send you the link. We talk about the hotel. He was like, lovely. I'd love to hear it.
Did you?
Please send me the link.
Did you show him a photo?
I showed him yes.
Yeah, that was it.
I showed him a photo to prove that I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
And then I said, Tony, it's our last night tonight. I said, we'd really love to have dinner in your restaurant. Do you think there's any way you could squeeze us in? And
just me and my mate.
Yeah. I just looked up at him like this.
Blinking your eyes.
Yeah, giving it the whole, come on, Tony. And he went, of course, it's not a problem. Please, I'll let them know on the restaurant now. What is your name? Okay, it's fine. No problem. And I said, oh, Tony, do you have a card? And he said, of course. And he just disappeared. And he came back and he went, this is my card. He said, send me the link to the podcast. And I said, thank you so much, Tony.
We're going to send him
Adios.
this podcast. Adios. We'll send him the one we did in the hotel. We'll send him this one because thank you, Tony.
Oh,
thank you, TUI and Tony.
TUI and Tony.
Yeah, thank you,
Should
guys.
we call that our podcast? That
TUI and
Tony.
And let me tell you, Tony, the food in your establishment, delightful.
So good. Now, I actually went and had dessert. You didn't have any, did you? You were quite full.
I was quite full. Watching you eat that dessert, I have to say, I was a bit like, what?
Can we just talk about what I put on my plate?
It was disgusting.
Guys, I don't know what got into me. But at the buffet, there's so many different things and you want a bit of everything. You want to try it all because otherwise you get FOMO. So I got this kind of and there's always something like this at the buffet, right? It's sort of like a wobbly custardy
like
dessert.
Like a blancmange almost.
Yeah, you don't really know what it is. Like a creme caramelly, wobbly, cream looking thing.
Yeah.
Piled a load of that on my plate because I just thought, yes, that is for me.
It's the
tonight.
fact you put it on a plate that got me.
Do you know what? I couldn't find any bowls.
Oh, right.
It was later
late.
on.
We went in late,
we did. So actually, Tony, you might just want to speak to the guys about getting some extra bowls later on in the evening. No, do you know what? In fact,
he told us to get in there at 8:30 and we did not listen to Tony.
I said to him, so what time is dinner, Tony? And he said, oh, it's blah, blah, blah till 9:30. He goes, but I would suggest that you get in there around 8:30. That is the best time to get in there to enjoy the full experience. So actually, Tony, and we didn't.
That's
so
our
it's
fault.
our own
So don't
fault.
worry about the bowls, Tony. You don't ignore it.
Don't worry
Becky.
about it. So I had this cream blancmange type wobbly thing on my plate. Then I had a bit of ice cream. I couldn't quite, the scoops you have to use, and I couldn't quite scoop it out properly. So I had a bit of that all messy on my plate. A couple of wafers, some hundreds and thousands on top of the ice cream. And then I decided to chuck some random sweets.
Like Haribo's almost.
Well, they were like foamy sort of heart sweets.
Odd.
But I just fancied them. So I just chucked them on top of the cream blancmange.
Yeah.
And I mopped the whole lot up.
You did actually. It was impressive. It was impressive.
It was yummy.
Thank you, Tony, because
Thanks,
that
Tony.
it was great. So then the next morning we had to fly home, didn't we?
Yeah.
What was our driver's name? It's gonna cut Tomas. TUI, Tony and Thomas. Tomas.
Oh, all the teas.
All the teas.
He was lovely, wasn't he?
He was very nice. As usual, he became our photographer. Actually, at one point, he was like, come round here. The sunlight is better. We're like, great.
So because we got picked up in like a private TUI little minibus type thing, didn't we? We wanted
I felt
to get
like a Kardashian, I have to say.
You said that.
Both private transfers, I was like, this is what it's like to be a Kardashian. Like loads of room.
Yeah, just us
blacked
on
out
there.
windows. Oh,
so good. Well, we wanted to get a picture with the TUI sign, didn't we, in the background? Obviously, because TUI had gifted us the trip. So he was there, bless him, putting our cases on. And I was like, Thomas, we just got to get some pictures. And he was cool as well. Actually. He was like, no problem. But I thought he was telling us to get on the bus at one point because he was sort of like waving his arms around and like ushering us to the other side. And I thought, oh God, he wants us to go.
Yeah.
But what he was saying was he had a better angle for us.
Yeah, I know.
So bless Thomas, he took us around and went, I'll take it for you. And he took a banging pic.
Cracking straight up. 2 pics, bish, bosh, bash, done.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah. So, and then obviously we had to go into the airport. Busy airport, actually, Palma. It's a massive airport, that, isn't it? It's enormous. Checked in really quickly.
Yeah,
Didn't we put the banner in this? Now the banner.
The banner gate continues, guys.
That banner. Anyway, we checked that in quite quickly, didn't we? Off it went. And then when we were on the plane, we did think about Bing Bonging and going, can you just check our banners in the hold, please?
By the way, you are an absolute fiend when it comes to bing bonging on a plane. Can I just say that I have never known someone on a plane bing bong. So if you don't know what bing bong is, pressing that little bing bong, the little assistant button. She was on it about 4 times yesterday.
Well, when we got on, you were like, oh, you've got tissue. I was like, no, because you had a little nosebleed. And I was like,
did.
oh, that's all right, just bing bong, just bing bong. You were like, I can't bing bong. I was like, just bing bong. So I bing bong for you. And she was like, would you like a tissue? Got a tissue. And
then we'll come on to why you were bing bonging again later when we're on the flight. But guys, she was bing bonging a plenty.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the little noise.
I like the noise. It's quite satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah. We had a delightful year. So we put the banner in the special hold, and that was that, wasn't it? It was fine.
Yeah,
wasn't it? Then we got on the airplane. And on the way out, we had complimentary drinks, which was
incredible.
Great.
We did not expect that at all. We had no idea until we were seated. And lovely Sue came up and went, oh, you're getting free drinks. We were like, hello.
Yeah. Actually, rewind to the airport, because we were sat there. We were quite early for our flight. And I was like, I'm going to get a long chicken from Burger King, because when I was a rep, that's all you used to have. So off I toddled. And you were like, oh, no, I'm going to go and get something healthy. So you went and got something healthy after I got my long chicken.
Yeah.
And you got a green juice, didn't you?
A green smoothie.
We didn't manage to finish. Well, you didn't manage to finish it because the flight was called for boarding. So we got on the flight, and I looked at you and I went, "You gonna have any food, love?" And you're like, "No. I've got some green smoothie left. I'm fine. I'm going to have a healthy week." And I was like, "Oh, I've heard
mate,
this
I was
before.
trying to detox. After I thought, right, no, it starts here on the flight home. I thought, health.
Yes, health. Yeah. So she's like, no. I've got to make green smoothie. I was like, oh, all right, fun on the plane. Great. So I was like, okie dokie. Anyway, and then Becky proceeded to have a little bit of a nap.
I just fancied a doze.
Yeah, just dozing. So anyway, they come with the trolley. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to go for it here. Now, not in a million years did I think we would have free drinks on the way home. It's the way home. It's the way home, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, well, could I have a cup of tea, some Pringles, and a twirl and a bottle of water? So you were still like dozing, and she was like, oh yeah. And she spoke to the other cabin crew lady that was on the other side of the trolley, and she went, oh, blah blah blah. And she went, oh no, she went, these are the girls with the complimentary drinks. And my little ears went like little radars. I went,
little antennas pricked up.
And she went, yeah, we've seen it on the notes. We weren't not sure why, but yeah, you're having complimentary drinks. And I went, oh, complimentary? Well, I have never seen Becky's eyes open. You know, unlike horror movies where there's someone asleep and someone creeps up to them and then their eyes flick open. Your eyes just went bring, because I said complimentary, and I just looked at you and you went, you all right? And you looked a bit dazed, but your brain had obviously gone, wake up, Becky.
Yes, there are
heard complimentary drinks. So you just stared at me and I went, we'll have 2 Prosecco's, please.
Yes, honestly, it was the funniest thing. So I was dozing, but I could kind of hear murmuring in the background.
I've never seen anything like it.
And I just thought, right, stop sleeping, Becky, wake up. And the green smoothie was abandoned, guys.
Well, then
Becky
she looked at my tray and she went, actually, sorry, can I have some Pringles and a twirl as well, please? I thought, here we go.
She's back.
We haven't been in the air 5 minutes and the green smoothie is gone. The health's gone.
But then, so we had like these little mini bottles of Prosecco. We had those. I've never seen anything like you.
I bing bonged.
Yeah, you literally went, let's get another, love. And she literally leant over me and went, bing bong. We'll have some more, please. And I was like, Jesus Christ, mate. I was like, this is the way home. Like, what is going on? The holidays ended, but I'm here for it.
It was a great couple of days, though. And it doesn't end until you land. It doesn't end, does it, until you're doing your washing at home. You've got to keep it going. We were up in the sky. I could see the clouds. I felt very lucky. And I just thought...
Yeah, do you know what? We felt we were a bit reflective on the way home. Yeah. We felt very, very grateful. And in fact, we need to rewind to when we were by the pool.
I feel like our podcast at the moment are us just going,
it's like when you're on WhatsApp and you listen on Times 2. That is us.
Okay,
guys,
right.
we're just a bit giddy at the moment, that's all.
So let's just finish this. So anyway, we had some rosés, and then we will rewind. I know exactly.
Rosés? No.
Oh, no,
Where are we?
Prosecco's.
Prosecco's.
Sorry. Where are we?
Oh, God.
So let's just finish this story, then we'll go back to what you're going to talk about.
Okay.
So I am a bottle of water, a cup of tea and 2 Prosecco's down, okay? And because it's such a short flight, the seatbelt signs went on. So we were like coming down to land and I thought, oh, aye. And it's almost like as we were coming down to land, my bladder filled up, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God, I actually thought I was going to have to wee myself. I thought,
I told
wee myself
you to keep the Prosecco glass. It was that bag. I said, keep that in case you need it.
Pain. You know, when you just think, I cannot go through, I can't go through passport control like this. I am going to wee myself. So anyway, it landed, but you got a bit bing bong happy, didn't you? Well, no, you didn't get bing bong happy. You got up.
No, that's not what happened. I said to you, I went, just go. So we landed. You went, do we think we can use the toilets? I said, just go and ask them. You went, no, you do it. You're better at this than me. So I thought, well, my mate's going to blooming pee her pants if I don't. So I had to, there's another thing we have to tell. Oh God, there's so many things. So as a guy sat next to me, so I was like, excuse me, can I just get out a second? And people were jumping up to get their cases at this. So it's like to fight my way through. Well, actually, we're row two.
I had to fight my way through all them people. One person.
Yeah, one lady was up. I was like,
she was actually very pleasant.
She went, absolutely. So actually, there was no fighting at all. It was very easy. And I went through. And I said to the lovely cabin crew from TUI, I was like, my mate really needs the loo. I said, do you think she can just go in? And they'd actually put the rubbish bag in there because obviously they were getting ready to disembark. But they literally went, yes, no problem. Yeah. Let you go in. So everything was fine and Laura didn't pee her pants.
I've had the best wee of my life on a TUI plane.
You said that to me when you came out. You were like, oh, mate, that was the best.
That was, you know, when you're like, and it went on for ages.
Oh, God, should we change the subject?
Everyone had left the plane. I'm still there doing my long wee. So yeah, the plane ride home was just absolutely delightful, as was the plane ride out.
Yeah.
Bing, bish, bosh, 2 hours and you land in sunshine.
Should we really quickly tell the story about the guy sat next to me as well?
Yes. On the way out, we had a lovely lady who was reading a little bit of a
saucy novel.
Mm-hmm. On the way back, we had lads. There
was a few lads who'd been on a lads holiday and you could tell by the look of them that they were ruined.
Struggling.
Oh, so they were in Strugsville.
It's their fault though.
Oh, self-inflicted, of course.
There's Strugsville.
Strugsville, that's where they were. Anyway, there was like 3 on the row opposite and then 1 sat next to me. And this one was in so much pain from obviously his lad's holiday.
Yeah.
He had like a neck rest on, but also he had his jumper, a black sort of hoodie over his face.
Yeah.
And he was obviously like trying to sleep, wasn't he?
Trying to like zone everything out, I think, is what he was trying to do. So at one point, you need the toilet. Now, when you're on a plane and there's someone sat next to you don't know on the aisle, it is always a bit like, excuse me, do you mind? I just need to go to the toilet.
It's awkward.
It is a little bit awkward.
You have to psych yourself up,
yeah,
don't
you do.
To ask them.
Especially if they've got lots of food on their tray or whatever.
And especially if they're asleep.
Oh,
that's the worst.
Well, yours was asleep and his head was covered. Yeah. So you were like, I was like, you're going to have to wake him up. I actually filmed Becky doing it. We'll put it on our Insta because it was so funny. But when he took his jumper, when you like nudged him, he took his jumper. I thought, oh mate, how could you wake him up?
No.
Oh, the poor lad.
I felt bad. And he looked really like, what's going on? Didn't he? I was like, excuse me, do you mind if I just nip out to the loo? Bless him, he was very pleasant.
Oh, he was.
Yes, that was quite funny. So, I mean, once again, thank you to TUI. Thank you to East Mids as well, because obviously they sorted everything out at either end for us as well, didn't they?
Yeah. So one more thing to talk about, and I think we need to tomorrow we'll move on to a different subject.
Yeah, guys, it's not all going to be holiday spam the whole time.
Oh no,
maybe just for the rest of this week.
So whilst we were out there, we had
I forgot we were going to talk about this.
Recorded our podcast. And, we'd taken all the gear and then once we'd recorded the pod, we had to put all the gear away. Then we had to sit in our hotel room, upload it. And we were just little grafters, but grateful grafters. That's what we are. And then once we kind of filmed some stuff and got content and blah, 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 I thought, right, let's go to the pool for a couple of hours and just chill out.
Chill and enjoy.
Yeah. So we went to the pool and I had to film this TikTok. And it took me ages. And I was like, you go, love, you go. Don't wait for me. I'll come down to the pool. And you're like, no, I'll wait for you. So, we eventually got down to the pool, ordered some pale rosés. Or was it a white sangria? Which, by the way, we need to put on the list to talk about later on.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And you were just sat in front of me and I was watching you and I was just sat there.
I was watching you.
And I just thought, I just love her so much. I was just watching beavering away on your phone. And I just thought, she's waited for me to do my TikTok. We're very patient with each other. And I just thought, this is just bloody great. So I literally hugged you and I went,
the next thing I knew, I was getting a little tap on my shoulder from behind. There I was, just on my phone. I felt like a little boop, 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 boop. Well, almost like a bing bong on my shoulder. But not a bing bong. And then I had an embrace from behind. And you don't really do this. Really, do you? No, you're not. I wouldn't say you're like an embracer, or you're not like. It's normally me who's the emotional one who comes out with things, and I give like little speeches
and all sorts.
That's my thing. So literally, just caught me off guard, and she came up behind me, took me in her arms, and I kid you not, she was crying. Guys, she was crying.
I was like, I love you so much. Oh,
you had your sunglasses on. I could see a tear coming down. I was like, you're all right. She went, I just feel really grateful that we're here together. I just love you. You're so patient with me on my TikTok. And I was a bit taken back. But then you were absolutely disappointed that I didn't cry as well.
Like, not a tear. Not a tear. Not one tear. So I thought, all right then, just me being emotional. You're like, oh mate. I was like,
I give you
this is what it must be like living
on
with
the
me.
Shoulder, didn't I? I went, there.
Oh, you're all right, mate. Just went back to a pale rose, didn't you? Does not care. Not care a jot. I was like, rightio then. And then I thought, at some point this weekend, because you're usually the one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When we found out we were going to Majorca, you started crying and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Becky likes a speech. Christ.
I love a speech.
And I thought at some point this weekend, it's okay. I've had my moment. There's going to be a moment with you. And I waited. And I waited. You didn't shed a tear all weekend.
You kept trying to prod me as well. You kept trying to make me cry. So I think there was a point in the plane and you went, are you not feeling emotional? Like, are you not going to cry a little bit? I don't know what happened to me, but no.
Nothing. Still not now?
Nothing.
Nothing now? Now it's all over?
I turned into a cold fish.
Now it's all over? Anything you want to say? Do you want to say anything to me?
No. I think all's been said. It was like you turned into me and I turned into you. Because literally when I do a speech I go, and blah blah blah, it's been this and I'm so grateful for that, and you just look at me, smile, and then you go, yeah, cheers babes. Okay. And like literally we swapped roles. In fact, if anyone has watched the latest episode of The Kardashians, Kris Jenner, obviously she loves a speech. She's always like the one at family do's and parties where she does speeches, doesn't she? And she does lovely speeches. And in the latest one, she does one to Kim, and it's quite funny because it goes on and on and on and on. And I messaged you as I was watching. I was like, I think I'm Kris Jenner. Yeah. Like that is me. Like I love giving a speech.
Yeah, I do quite like giving a speech, but I'm just so aware that I know I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
Like at my daughter's 18th, I was like, don't cry, Laura. Don't.
That was a great speech.
Thanks. Yeah. I do try and channel Kris Jenner. I like a speech.
Yeah.
I do speeches more often.
I might just pull out a speech every now and again.
But you're still all right, yeah?
I'm
Nothing
fine.
you want to say?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. Okay. Mate. I mean, as far as dreams coming true, I think a certain person made your dream come true yesterday. Now,
for sure.
We have been wondering if Ant and Dec were going to surprise us at some point because they've been made happiness ambassadors for TUI, which is great. I mean, what's more happy than Ant and Dec? There's not, is there? There's not. And we were like, maybe they'll be like, yeah, you happy girls.
Well, hang on, you say we. I think it was more you. Everywhere we were in Majorca, Laura was like, they're going to be here, mate. They're going to be at the buffet. No, they're going to be picking us up. No, they're going to be at the airport. And I was like, I don't know if they are.
So anyway, the last chance was them being at East Mids when we land. I was like,
to greet us.
They're going to be there. But we were getting our bags and Yowan messaged us. He was like, can you let me know when you're in baggage? I went, he's there with Ant and Dec. They're trying to pretend that they don't know that we've landed, but he's going to be there with everyone. All our friends and family and Ant and Dec. They're going to be waiting there.
All our friends and family.
So your dream is to have someone waiting at the airport with your name on a sign.
Yeah, and like this isn't a recent thing. This has been something that I've had all my life, right? And I've done it with several people. I've been like, when you pick me up from the airport, like, would you just get a little sign? Like, because you know when you come out into arrivals, and there's always like, you know, taxi people or sometimes friends and family waiting with signs. I just thought, what a lovely thing. And I've always looked and thought, is there one that says Becky? And like my little eyes scan the horizon of people. Never. There's never been one. And in fact, I remember having a big falling out with my ex-husband because I asked him to do it once when I was coming back from somewhere and he forgot. And I literally went mental. And I was really upset.
Did it? But it's a dream.
It's a dream of mine.
So we get our bags. We also wait to get our banner.
Oh,
that
yeah,
came through in the end, didn't it?
But yeah, we've got the banner. Has been to Majorca and back.
Yes, and it did not get damaged.
No, we didn't.
Got it. We love that banner. And then I had a little inkling something might happen. You know, a little inkling. I thought, I'll video just in case Ant and Dec are there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm behind Becky. I'm filming. And in slow motion, as the doors part and we walk into arrivals, there's a figure in the distance that we can see. And my eyes focused, Becky's eyes focus. And there he was. Yowan, with a sign, welcome us back to East Midlands Airport. And it had your name on and it had my name on.
And it said at the bottom, welcome home. Welcome home, it said. And we've said that East Mids feels like home. I mean, I nearly shed a tear then. Very nearly.
God bless his soul. And then, I mean, for the gram, for the socials, we thought we had a quick idea on our feet, didn't we? We're like, actually, Yowan, can we just refilm this?
Well, we made him get undressed in arrivals. He had a lovely crisp suit on, didn't he? A crisp navy suit on. Looked ever so smug, so obviously he'd been at work. And we were like, yeah, do you mind just like taking that off, please? And putting this I Heart Majorca t-shirt on. So Laura had it in her bag ready. It was there. And I tell you what, he didn't even question it.
Asked.
The jacket was whipped off. It was thrown onto the floor, wasn't it? And literally he got on this t-shirt, put it on and was ready to go.
And we refilmed the whole lot again.
Oh, and that was a moment. That was a moment.
And everybody that knows has gone wild for this on our social media.
The Yowan fans have literally lost their minds, haven't they? So it was just, I mean, we have literally lived our dream the last few days, haven't we?
100%.
And we are going to stop banging on about it, guys. But
Yeah,
I just think we're just kind of like processing it all. And we're just very grateful. We're very aware of like where we've come from. And where we're at, where we've come from. I feel like Jenny from the block. I'm still Jenny
right,
from
J-Lo.
the block. Used to have a little, now I had a lot. Right. We're just being grateful. That's what I mean.
We are very grateful, yeah. So just thanks, Yowan.
Yeah, now
and
here we
TUI,
are.
And Thomas and Tony,
Tony
for making our dreams come true.
Yeah, here we are, back in the UK, depressed.
Right.
So have a great day, guys. We'll be back tomorrow.
See ya.